Hey everyone, and welcome back to Faith in Everyday. Today is the first day of our homeschool, and I wanted to take you along as we go through our day and homeschool for preschool. It took me about 3 weeks to get fully prepped for homeschool. That included setting up our homeschool bookcase. We don't have an extra space to do the homeschooling, and we don't have a room dedicated to homeschooling. So this is kind of our live-in space. Right now, I'm right here in the dining room. The homeschool and my work area is right here, and next to our living room. But it makes it great in order to allow my very busy kids to be running and playing as I'm reading or doing other things. So I actually don't mind it. I like that we're kind of all together and we can either do work at the dining room table or in the living room.
It's all purple. Yeah, it has a chimney.
Oh, it has a chimney. Do you think there's a fire in there?
Yeah.
I followed a fellow YouTuber's year at a glance schedule, and I'll make sure to link that in the description below. And that has made it so much easier for me this year. So last year we started with the foundations of preschool. We got about halfway through, and what I found was because I didn't have a week by week overview of exactly what we're doing in every subject, just on one sheet of paper that I could look through and be like, oh yeah, we need to go, I need to have this prepared and this prepared and this prepared. I felt like I was kind of like going off the cuff and having to go through the curriculum. And so this year, having that year of at a glance spreadsheet really has made it so much easier, because now I was able to see it and be able to see what I needed to prep, what did I need to laminate, what do I need to print out, to hole punch, everything. Had to go and do all of that separately, as well as our homeschool rhythm. And so having those rhythm cards printed out and laminated is not only an investment in this year, but it's an investment in the rest of our years of homeschooling. And so doing that this year, I think, is going to alleviate a lot of stress, but also help us for the years to come. So getting all of that prepared. Also kind of going through all of our curriculum. I showed this in our curriculum haul video, Homeschool Lesson Planning Minimalist Notebook. And so what I did was I went through and I did all the months, and quite frankly, it's so much more fun and more beautiful when you get to kind of, I don't know, make it pretty. So I made it pretty, all the different months. Picked a vintage washi tape, which I absolutely love, and it's so pretty, in order to tag where I'm at in the weeks. It makes it easier for me to go straight to the week that we're already at. This is an overview of what we're doing this week, all the things we need. Here's kind of like my own to-do list that I really need to get done. And then the actual week with curriculum planning, this is where, and I saw another YouTuber do this is where I'm going to be writing all of the things that we already did. So it keeps track of what we did. It reminds me what we did on what day so that I don't repeat, or I know where we're at for the next day. Because I know that we may not get through everything in one day, and that's okay. Having this kind of laid out so that I can kind of keep track of it, I think is going to be the most important. So this is not like a plan of what we're going to do. It is what we've already accomplished, which is, helps me keep track of what we're doing, where we're going. And so I had to get this set up, and it took me a while. All of the prep really did take time. And then I also just made all this whole bookshelf, rearranged a little bit, and put everything that I ever could possibly need here on this bookshelf, so it's all in one place and makes it easy and quick. Because with preschoolers, like, things need to be happening now, and I don't want to have to like race to another part of the house if I forgot something. So for the most part, everything but our craft supplies are here, which includes the paints and everything, but we do have crayons and markers, pencils, glue, things like that. They're all here, as long as our books and different things like that. So everything is, I also set up my homeschool binder, and this is gonna have everything in it. My weekly planner, things I need to do, goals that I want to accomplish. Then we have all of our feast information. I'm gonna put more reading in there. The next tab is where I keep our Shema, our Apostles' Creed, the hymn printables, our Bible verses that I'll be reading to the kids, the fall poetry that I'll be reading during tea time. And then I have back here, I have all of the different cycles already printed out, already on these, already in the sheet protectors, so that all I have to do every week is take them out of the binder and hang it up and put that one back. And they're double-sided, so it's even easier on weeks that are the similar. So next week, for week 2, I'm going to turn it over, hang it up, and there we go. We have our memorization. So easy, so quick. So I want to make sure that I'm kind of figuring out what works best for our family. I really like things to be organized and planned out, or I get a little bit overwhelmed and not really know what to do. So having all of these things kind of at my fingertips makes it easy. Again, I've said in my curriculum video that I want to keep homeschooling as minimalist as possible. And in order to do that, things really need to be planned out. Things really need to be prepared so that I don't have to stress. And this kind of homeschooling binder has really allowed me to do that. Nebuchadnezzar had long talks with each of them, and none of them impressed him as much as Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. There's a couple ants. Where do these ants live?
All the way to our grass.
Yeah, where do ants live in colonies?
Yeah.
Ants live in colonies.
Look, it's just living from the ground.
Nice. Where are the ants?
It's just coming up.
Nice job. Among the gleam of gold, down to the earth he swoops. So thanks for joining us on our first day of homeschool. I hope that you have enjoyed it and maybe give you a little bit of inspiration on planning your own homeschool. But I really just took what other YouTubers were suggesting, and I'm gonna implement them this year and see what works, see what doesn't work, and we'll update it next year. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with us on our first day of homeschool and seeing what we did to prepare us to get us to this day. Shalom, shalom, friends.